doesn't exist. You hear me? Tomorrow doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is right now, this very moment. And what are you doing with it? You're sitting there, wasting time, putting off your goals, your dreams, your purpose. For what? Comfort? Fear? Laziness? You're not afraid of failure. You're not afraid of hard work. What you're really afraid of is success. Because when you succeed, when you start winning, the excuses stop. You can't hide behind, I'll do it tomorrow. I see this everywhere. People, men in particular, with limitless potential but paralyzed by procrastination. You know exactly what you should be doing, but you choose comfort. You choose the easy way out. You'd rather watch Netflix, sit on your ass, and dream about a future where everything is magically perfect. Let me tell you something. That future doesn't exist unless you make it happen. Procrastination is the enemy of greatness. You think top-level men procrastinate? You think the men at the top of the mountain are sitting around thinking, I'll get started tomorrow? No. They seize the day. They seize the hour, the minute, the second. Because they know every moment wasted is another moment their competition gets ahead. You know what procrastination is? It's the death of ambition. It's the death of dreams. You let it creep in, and it will steal everything from you. Your goals, your vision, your success, all gone because you couldn't get your ass up and start. How many times have you told yourself you'd start tomorrow? How many times have you made promises to yourself that you've broken over and over again? You say you want to get in shape, then why aren't you in the gym right now? You say you want to make more money. Why aren't you out there hustling, grinding, making moves right now? You say you want to be the best version of yourself? Then why are you sitting around doing nothing, waiting for some imaginary motivation to hit you? Let me tell you. Motivation is bullshit. If you're waiting to feel motivated, you're going to be waiting your whole life. Winners don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the stars to align or for life to become convenient. They just do it. They show up day after day, whether they feel like it or not. And that's why they win. Procrastination thrives in company. It feeds off of your weakness. And you've been feeding it every day. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, you're giving procrastination power. You think you have time? You think you can wait? Let me tell you something. Time is the only resource you can never get back. Money, you can always make more. Energy, it comes back after rest. But time, once it's gone forever. And you're wasting it. You're throwing it away day after day, sitting on the sidelines of your own life, watching as other people pass you by. Men who are hungrier, men who are more disciplined, men who don't make excuses are out there getting what you want. You have two choices. You either let procrastination rule your life, or you take control. You have to make the decision here and now that procrastination no longer has a place in your life. You know what it's like when you sit down to start working, but you think, I'll just check my phone real quick? One notification turns into scrolling for an hour. 1 hour turns into half the day wasted. Before you know it, you're staring at the clock, wondering where the time went. That's the trap. That's how procrastination wins. But I'm going to tell you how to destroy it. I'm going to give you the tools right now to stop procrastination forever. First, you need to get angry. Yeah, you heard me. Get pissed off. You should be furious at yourself for wasting so much time. You should be disgusted by the fact that you've allowed procrastination to steal your potential, your success, your future. That anger is going to fuel you. It's going to push you through the moments where you want to give up, where you want to take it easy. Second, you need to make discomfort your best friend. You've been living in comfort for too long, and that's why procrastination has such a grip on you. The moment you start embracing discomfort, the moment you decide to do the hard things instead of the easy ones, is the moment you start winning. Look at me. Do you think I got where I am because life was comfortable? Because things were handed to me? Hell no. I made discomfort my ally. Every day I pushed myself into situations where I was forced to grow. I didn't wait until I felt like it. I didn't wait for the perfect time. I just acted. Action. That's the only thing that separates winners from losers. The men who succeed, the men who dominate, are the ones who act, the ones who take that first step, and then the next, and then the next, without hesitation, without excuses, without waiting for the perfect moment. You think you're going to feel ready? You think there's going to be a day where you wake up and suddenly everything clicks? That's not how life works. If you wait until you feel ready, you will never start. Let me repeat that for you. You will never start if you're waiting to feel ready. Winners aren't ready. They act when they're scared. They act when they're uncertain. They act when they don't know what the outcome will be. And because of that, they win every single time. You want to stop procrastination forever? Start right now. Not tomorrow, not later today, not next week. Think about that thing you've been putting off, that one thing that's been hanging over your head. You know what it is. You've thought about it every single day, but you've made every excuse in the book not to start. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's big or small. You start right now. You take one step. If it's the gym, get up and go. If it's a project at work, start the first task. If it's a business idea, open up your laptop and begin planning. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you take the first step, no matter how small. Because here's the truth. Momentum is everything. Once you start, you build momentum. Once you have momentum, procrastination doesn't stand a chance. Procrastination lives in stagnation. It thrives when you do nothing. But the moment you take action, the moment you start building momentum, you suffocate procrastination. You destroy it. You make it impossible for it to return. Stop overthinking. Stop planning. Stop analyzing. Stop worrying about every little detail. Just act. Take messy, imperfect action. Because imperfect action will always beat perfect inaction. The more you sit around, the harder it gets. The more you delay, the deeper you sink into the hole of procrastination. Do you want to be the guy who looks back on his life with regret? Do you want to be the man who says, I could have been great, but I waited too long? Or do you want to be the guy who acted, who seized every opportunity, who looked fear in the face and moved forward anyway? Your life is waiting for you. Procrastination is your enemy, but you have the power to defeat it. You have the power to act right now. You have the power to take control of your time, your energy, your focus, and make today the day you stop procrastinating, stop waiting, start acting. You know what the biggest problem is? Most of you don't really want it. You say you do, you sit there and nod your head like you're going to get up tomorrow and suddenly become a beast. But deep down, you're full of shit. You're lying to yourself. And that's the most dangerous kind of lie. You lie to yourself every single day, saying you'll change, saying you'll start doing the work. But you know what happens? You wake up tomorrow and nothing changes. You do the same thing you've done every single day for years. Nothing. I'm going to be real with you because no one else will. You're lazy, you're weak, you're soft, and the worst part, you know it. You've made excuses for so long that they've become your identity. I'll start on Monday. I'll start when things settle down. I'll start when I'm in the right frame of mind. Your mind is your problem. Your mind is weak because you haven't trained it. You're sitting there feeding your brain with nonsense, letting it rot while the real warriors, the real killers are out there getting ahead, conquering life. Meanwhile, you're stuck in the same place, in the same rut, telling yourself the same lies. Let me tell you about myself. You think I woke up one day and life handed me success? No, I had to force it. I had to fight for it. And every time I wanted to sit back and take it easy, I reminded myself of one thing. No one's coming to save me. No one's coming to save you either. No one's going to swoop in and fix your life for you. You think success is going to fall into your lap? You think one day you're just going to magically become disciplined? Wake up. When I was broke, when I had nothing, I didn't sit around waiting for a miracle. I didn't wait for the right moment. I didn't wait for motivation. You think I had time to procrastinate? Hell no. I got up and made shit happen. I hustled when I had nothing. I got punched in the face. I lost. I failed. I got knocked down, but I kept going. Why? Because I knew no one was going to do it for me. I made every dollar myself the hard way. And let me tell you something about the hard way. It's the only way. You want to sit there and wait for some easy path, some shortcut. Good luck with that because it doesn't exist. You've got to bleed for it. You've got to hurt for it. You've got to be willing to suffer. There were days when I was so broke I couldn't even afford food. But I didn't sit there feeling sorry for myself. I didn't sit there thinking, oh, poor me, why is life so hard? No. I looked at my situation and I said, I'll die before I let this beat me. And I meant it. You don't have that mindset because you've never been forced into it. You're too comfortable. Your life is too easy. You don't understand the fire, the hunger, because you've never truly been desperate. You've never looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm all I've got. That's why you procrastinate. Because deep down, you think you've got time. Someone or something is going to come along and give you a second chance. Let me break it to you. There are no second chances in life. The world doesn't care about you. Success doesn't care about you. You think success is sitting there waiting for you to stop being lazy? No. Success is out there, being grabbed by the ones who are willing to do whatever it takes. You're either one of them or you're not. Let me give you a story from my own life. You want to know what it's like to have no excuses, to have no safety net. I moved to a foreign country, a place where I didn't know the language, didn't know anyone, didn't have any connections. I didn't have a comfortable bed to fall back on, no family nearby to bail me out. It was just me. And you know what happened? I thrived, because when you're put in a situation where you have no choice but to win, you find a way. I wasn't waiting for motivation. I wasn't sitting there feeling sorry for myself. I acted. And guess what? That's why I'm rich now. Action is the antidote to procrastination. You think you need time to get your shit together? No. What you need is to stop thinking and start doing. Stop overanalyzing every decision. Stop sitting there waiting for the stars to align. Life isn't going to wait for you. You either get up now, or you're going to be stuck in the same place a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, wondering where it all went wrong. And let me tell you, it's going to hurt even more then. Because the older you get, the less time you have. And the longer you procrastinate, the harder it gets to make changes. You're not always going to have the energy you have now. You're not always going to have the opportunities you have now. Do you want to be 40, 50, 60, looking back on your life with regret? Look at me. I didn't wait. I didn't waste a single second. And now I'm at the top. But it wasn't handed to me. It was earned through blood, sweat, and relentless discipline. And that's what you need to understand. You don't need more motivation, more inspiration, more positivity. What you need is discipline. You need to be able to wake up every single day and do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. You need to be willing to suffer for your success. I hear people all the time saying, oh, but it's so hard. I don't feel like doing it. Of course it's hard. Of course you don't feel like it. But who the said life was supposed to be easy? Life isn't supposed to be easy. Life is a war. You're either winning or you're losing. There is no middle ground. And every day you procrastinate, every day you put things off, you're losing. You're losing ground. You're losing time. You're losing the life you could have had. Stop being weak. Stop being soft. Stop waiting. There are two kinds of people in this world. The first kind waits for things to happen. They sit around, they complain, they make excuses. And guess what? They never achieve anything. They never win. They die as nobodies with nothing to show for their lives. The second kind, they make things happen. They wake up, they take action, and they don't stop until they win. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. I don't wait. I take. If you want to stop procrastinating, if you want to stop wasting your potential, you need to adopt the mindset of a killer. You need to become the kind of person who acts, who moves, who doesn't hesitate. Hesitation is death. You sit there thinking, overthinking, analyzing every decision, and you paralyze yourself. Do you think I spend time worrying about the outcome? No, I act. I make a decision and I move forward. And if it doesn't work, I adapt. But I never, ever sit still. Because let me tell you something. You can always fix a mistake. You can never fix inaction. You can always adjust course. You can always change tactics. But you can't get back time. You can't get back the hours, the days, the years that you've wasted sitting around doing nothing. That's the real tragedy of procrastination. You've got all the potential in the world. Every single one of you in this room has the ability to be great. But most of you won't. Because you don't have the balls to do what it takes. You're too scared, too soft, too comfortable. You'd rather sit there dreaming about success than actually go out and get it. Do you want to stop procrastination forever? Then here's what you do. Start now. Get up. Take action. Do the thing you've been avoiding. I don't care what it is, just do it. Take the